Good evening, I'm Asha Tomlinson. Ian is away. Tonight, new measures to slow Omicron spread confusion.
It's quite complicated.
Ottawa's travel and testing rules still aren't up and running.
I didn't know until I arrived what would happen.
And with the variant spreading, guidance on when you should get boosted. Parents of a school shooter are charged.
Their son had access to a deadly weapon that they gave him is unconscionable.
They bought him the gun on Black Friday, and that's not all.
I get my light right from the source, yeah, that's it.
Bieber backlash. The pop star slammed for performing in Saudi Arabia.
It comes down to the conscience of the artist.
From Canada's COVID hotspot to vaccine success.
We wanted to meet our community where they were.
How Peel Region turned things around. This is The National. Traveling in a pandemic was already complicated. The Omicron variant hasn't made it any easier. But days after Ottawa announced tighter rules for travelers, what actually happens when you get on the ground still seems up in the air. The plan was that all travelers arriving on a direct flight from countries other than the U.S. get a test and self-isolate until it comes back negative. The hope to slow the variant spread. But Rafi Boudjikanian shows us that's still not happening for a lot of travelers.
4 days after the government announced new rules for most international air travelers, some returning passengers were still learning about them. Are you a little surprised to hear about it from me now?
A little bit, yeah, to be honest, yeah.
I didn't know until I arrived what would happen. The flight attendants on the plane didn't know what would happen until I arrived.
The government says the rules aren't complicated.
There's an evolving situation and that there are always new information, and we can always, as a government, continue to communicate.
The government's effort to communicate? A series of diagrams. Vaccinated travelers not flying in direct from the U.S. need to get tested on arrival and quarantine until it comes back negative. But right now, many aren't testing or isolating. Some will be tested in spaces like this one at the Ottawa airport. It's not up and running yet. But airports say it would be impossible to test everyone on site.
We're all collectively struggling to understand how we can operationalize this in a way that will keep travelers flowing, keep everybody safe, and avoid those log jams at airports.
Ottawa says there will be take-home tests for some too, but admits it will take time to implement.
We will not be able to test every targeted traveler overnight. It will take a few days until the necessary infrastructure, space, and human resources are in place.
As the holidays approach and people make more travel plans, the federal government is warning the rules may change again. Rafi Boudjikanian, CBC News, Ottawa.
The federal body that advises provinces on vaccines has issued the widest push for third doses yet, as some parts of Canada head into a dicey holiday season. Ontario alone reported more than 1,000 cases, its highest one day in 6 months. And if we compare average daily new cases from a month ago, in both Ontario and Quebec, they've roughly doubled. Vicadopia shows us how the guidance on third doses could shore up Canada's defenses against COVID.
Vaccinations give us a strong antibody response to protect us from infection, but falling levels may leave Canada vulnerable to another COVID-19 resurgence. So the National Advisory Committee on Immunization says people 50 and up should get a booster, and for adults under that age, they could also get one, depending on local conditions.
We don't want to wait too long because if we wait to get the actual data on, increasing hospitalizations and other lagging indicators, then it'll be too late.
Some provinces haven't waited. They're already giving boosters to younger age groups. Experts say 2 shots still do a good job at protecting people from severe illness, but a third could stop people from even getting infected.
What this will reduce is carriers of SARS-CoV-2 that are circulating in the population, and I think that's a key for helping to control the pandemic.
Widespread boosters are now supported by new data from the UK. The study used several vaccines as boosters in people 30 and up, including the 4 used in Canada. In almost all cases, boosters gave people a higher level of immunity from the coronavirus, including the Alpha and Delta variants, though less effective for people 70 and up.
The third dose can, first of all, give you a much higher antibody level.
The study's lead author says half doses of Pfizer also worked just as well.
Now, for global vaccine supply, that is brilliant, because it means that we might be able to immunize 2, 3, or even 4 times as many people with the same amount of vaccine. But clearly, you can't just make those decisions off one study.
And even more doses may be needed down the road. Today, PEI announced some immunocompromised people should get a 4th shot. Provinces concerned about rising cases and the unknowns of Omicron are taking every precaution. Vic Adopia, CBC News, Toronto.
Today, the World Health Organization stressed again that while concern over Omicron is warranted, panic is not.
We need to be prepared and cautious. This is something we've been saying from the beginning of the pandemic. Not panic. We have tools. We know what to do. We know what works.
So that's the basic message from Canadian health officials too, as Omicron cases hit at least 16 across 4 provinces so far, including an Ontario child under 12 who'd recently returned from Southern Africa. The variant has also been found in at least 9 U.S. states and dozens of countries around the world since its discovery in South Africa last week. Now, there's still a lot we don't know about Omicron, like whether it will make people sicker than Delta or how effective vaccines will be against it. One thing we know for sure, it's on the move in South Africa, where overall COVID cases are shooting up dramatically. And as Sasha Petrusik explains, there's concern about its ability to reinfect.
At the Johannesburg lab, where scientists first noticed Omicron, the race is on to find out more about the startling new variant.
It was a bit disturbing because it made us worry that we were dealing with something new, and because it coincided with an increase in positivity rates.
A huge increase seen most dramatically in crowded Gauteng province that includes Johannesburg. There were 11,500 new cases yesterday in that area alone. That's driven a national surge, which saw South Africa's daily numbers go from about 300 in mid-November into the thousands last week to more than 16,000 cases now. 3/4 of these are infections by Omicron. The fast-moving variant is even reinfecting some of those who've had COVID and recovered. One South African study says it's happening 3 times more than seen before. It also appears that Omicron is more transmissible. That's measured by a virus's so-called R value, with a high number being more dangerous. The original COVID was about 2.5. The Delta variant, 5. Omicron is more than 6. That's led to busier vaccination centers in a country where only about 1/4 are fully vaccinated. But it's not clear yet how much protection that gives against Omicron. So the advice from the World Health Organization?
Now, it's very recommendable that vaccine manufacturers already start planning ahead and plan for the likelihood of having to adjust the vaccine, the existing vaccine. That's good.
In the meantime, hospitals are filling up in South Africa, though doctors say most cases involving Omicron remain mild. Sasha Petrusik, CBC News, Toronto.
A new development tonight in a deadly high school shooting near Detroit. While the 15-year-old suspect is facing several charges, including murder, now his parents are as well. A rarity in these cases. They're charged with involuntary manslaughter. Susan Ormiston explains why.
We have an active shooter incident.
The morning of the massacre, the accused shooter had a drawing at school showing a gun and bullets with the words, "blood everywhere," and, quote, "the thoughts won't stop. Help me." His parents, James and Jennifer Crumbley, were urgently called to the school, presented with the note, and according to the Michigan prosecutor, did nothing.
Both failed to ask their son if he had his gun with him or where his gun was located, and failed to inspect his backpack.
The parents left, and Ethan Crumbley, 15 years old, was sent back to class.
The notion that a parent could read those words and also know that their son had access to a deadly weapon that they gave him is unconscionable, and I think it's criminal.
Hours later, 4 students were dead, 8 others injured. The shooter surrendered.
I have tremendous compassion and empathy for parents who have children who are struggling and at risk for whatever reason. But the facts of this case are so egregious.
The timeline is chilling. 4 days before the shooting, Ethan with his dad went to buy the gun. Ethan posted, "Just got my new beauty today." His mother posted, "Mom and Son Day, testing out his new Christmas present." A day before the tragedy, a teacher flagged he was on his phone searching for ammunition. His mom texted him,
LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught.
After the shooting started, Jennifer texted him, "Ethan, don't do it."
You have to worry about your kid every day.
Parents are also furious the school allowed the teen back to class.
Yes, this student did have contact with our front office. And yes, his parents were on campus November 30th. No discipline was warranted.
Police are still searching for the parents who'd left town for their safety, according to their lawyers.
Susan, how is the community responding to this tragedy?
Well, grieving naturally, but there's anger too. There were big red flags here at home, at school. The prosecutor saying, of course, this student should never have been sent back to class. Lawsuits could come against the school district. And she lamented Michigan's, quote, woefully inadequate gun laws. There's no safe storage requirement, and they allow children to go into gun stores and to practice at shooting ranges with their parents. Enough is enough, she concluded.
Senior correspondent Susan Ormiston in Washington, thank you. Disappointing job news out of the U.S. Growth has slowed considerably, the smallest gain since December 2020. Just over 200,000 new jobs were created in November. Compare that to October, when nearly 550,000 new positions were added. Economists say growth is especially slow in the service and tourism sectors, still feeling the effects of the Delta wave. Canada, meanwhile, exceeded expectations, adding 154,000 new jobs in November, and the unemployment rate dropped to a pandemic low of just 6%. As Jacqueline Hansen reports, it's great for job seekers, but hiring is a whole other story.
Erica Albert lost her job during the second wave of COVID. The finance company she worked for downsized.
Well, there were many scary moments.
Finding a new position as an office manager mid-pandemic wasn't easy.
With COVID and lockdowns, office managers often need to be in an office. So I decided that I was going to reassess a little further.
So she wrote a book, and despite its title, she took her time searching for her dream job, something local with the flexibility to work from home. That finally came.
I actually just started on Monday. Yay.
Statistics Canada says more than 8 in 10 women aged 25 to 54 are now working. That is a record high, and most of the jobs they gained in November were full-time.
I think this is the effect of the newly implemented flexible work arrangements.
This economist says there are also other factors behind the jump in new jobs for both men and women, including the end of CRB in October. Plus,
we're finally seeing the effect of the reopening economy, of people's demand for goods and services being met.
Every sector right now is looking for talent.
This recruiter says it has become a candidate's market, so much so that while companies are optimistic about the economic recovery, they're also worried
about whether or not they'll be able to compete in a market that is looking for talent all at the same time.
That competition is driving up some wages. StatsCan says wage growth overall is just keeping up with inflation, but new hires are getting paid even more. Meanwhile, Albert is looking forward to her first paycheck in nearly a year.
It's definitely going to be a lot more than what EI offers, I'll say that.
And a new start that she hopes was worth the wait. Jacqueline Hansen, CBC News, Toronto.
BC's health minister responded today to concerns about a new policy that allows 911 operators to put some callers on hold while they wait for an ambulance.
We're responding by meeting the need, by adding dispatchers. 30 already, with another 35 coming, and more after that to meet the dispatch needs on the ambulance side, because that's critical.
The minister says the possibility of being put on hold is only for those with non-life-threatening illnesses. Critics say this measure, even if temporary, puts callers at risk. Some people in Abbotsford, BC, got news they were anxiously waiting for. They're finally allowed back home after being forced to flee because of flooding. The city lifted some evacuation orders in the hard-hit Sumas Prairie region. As Katie Nicholson shows us, in neighboring Chilliwack, the painstaking process of cleanup has already started.
And his floor got all soaked.
Doug Jewell walks through his soggy, mildewing basement.
But then the water, like, it comes right up. It soaks right into this stuff, right? And yeah, it's just pumping and pumping and pumping and draining.
Jewell's home was flooded not once, but twice in the last 3 weeks.
Felt like it was like a war I was fighting. And I was hopefully just trying to stay on top of it, right? And now that it's subsided a bit, it just takes a little more off of your chest. You're just, fine, I can breathe for a minute.
Breathe and then rip out carpet and drywall, seal the leaking foundation, and tally the damage. Not far away, follow the blue hose pumping gallons of water outside, and it will lead you here to Peggy Malcolm's basement.
This is groundwater, but it's also overland. It's becoming overland because our storm system has become overwhelmed.
Across the province, flood-ravaged homes, farms, drowned in several feet of murky water, and highways ripped apart. The price tag for repairs.
So it is fair to say that it will be very significantly expensive to rebuild our infrastructure and to build it to a higher, more resilient standard.
Between insurance claims, decimated infrastructure, and the unanticipated costs of a choked supply chain, a final tally could take years. The Fort McMurray wildfire is currently Canada's most costly disaster, with some estimates at $10 billion. At least one expert says the BC floods could come close or top that.
This will be one of the largest losses in Canadian history. We're talking about billions of dollars.
And counting, as even today there were new evacuation orders, and on this Chilliwack street, new sandbag dikes, pushing water into a new and unwelcome neighborhood pond feature. Katie Nicholson, CBC News, Vancouver.
Now, some of the structures that were supposed to keep waters from flooding properties have completely failed. That includes some of the 178 orphan dikes that have been left to age without government oversight. As Brady Strachan tells us, people are demanding answers.
A small river runs through Bev Greenwell's hayfield east of Princeton.
Taking all the highway fencing and this.
2 weeks ago, an aging dike along the river gave way. Rushing water has been eroding her property ever since.
The hayfield's a mess. It's covered in debris, logs and trees with roots. We found half a boat. That'll all have to be removed.
The dike was built long before Greenwell bought the property 2 decades ago. It's known as an orphan dike, not managed or maintained by any level of government. And Greenwell says she's not able to build it up to protect her land.
Well, we would have liked to, but the bureaucracy for touching a dam or a dike or anything near water, it gets pretty thick.
There are more than 175 orphan dikes in BC, many built several decades ago under emergency flood conditions. A recent report found many of them have degraded over time and no longer offer reliable flood protection. That's the issue 40 minutes away near the village of Karamias. The recent floods brought water pouring over the dikes and into this trailer park.
You see the same over and over and over again. In the meantime, we're losing integrity on these orphan dikes.
The mayor says he's been lobbying for help from the province for a decade.
This isn't going to go away, so you can invest your money and prevent the loss of life and assets, or you can keep doing what you've been doing for the last 50 years, really, and wait until some catastrophe happens.
The province says it's aware of the issue and has hinted at changes to come in legislation next year.
And obviously the issue of orphan dikes is of significant importance.
But at an estimated cost of more than $800 million to upgrade BC's orphaned dikes, there's no telling how long landowners and communities will have to live with the failing flood barriers. Brady Strachan, CBC News, Princeton, British Columbia.
Justin Bieber is facing growing calls to cancel a controversial performance this weekend. I get my light right from the source, yeah, that's it. Next, should the Canadian pop star visit Saudi Arabia or take a stand against human rights abuses?
If you're getting $5 million, $10 million for one show, that is a difficult thing to say no to.
It was once one of Canada's COVID hotspots, how Ontario's Peel region turned things around.
We knew we had to do something.
And Barbados braces for what Omicron could mean for tourism.
With this new variants coming out, we're all kind of now holding on.
A sun destination on edge. We're back in 2.
They work to steal from high-end clothing stores, often using weapons and physical force.
Officials in California say 14 arrests were made in connection to a series of brazen smash and grab thefts last month. All of the suspects have been released, though, with several meeting no bail criteria, a policy aimed at reducing overcrowding in jails during the pandemic. U.S. President Joe Biden says preparations are underway as concerns grow over a Russian buildup of troops on the Ukrainian border.
What I am doing is putting together what I believe will be the most comprehensive and meaningful set of initiatives to make it very, very difficult for Mr. Putin to go ahead and do what people are worried he may do.
Ukraine has accused Russia of placing some 100,000 troops near its border. A call is expected to take place between Biden and Putin next week. Canadian pop star Justin Bieber has found himself in the middle of a human rights battle. This weekend, Bieber hits the stage in Saudi Arabia, but critics say that's helping whitewash a regime with blood on its hands. Deanna Sumanak-Johnson explains.
Justin Bieber has managed to sidestep political controversy. Until now, the Canadian pop star is performing at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix event this weekend, a plan human rights groups are urging him to abandon.
We know that the Saudi government brings in global celebrities in these sort of large-scale spectacles as a way to deflect attention from its deplorable human rights record.
Another powerful critic, the fiancé of Jamal Khashoggi, a journalist slain by the agents of the Saudi government. Saudi Arabia is working to change its image on the world stage, including major investments in its entertainment industry.
Just a brace of races left.
This weekend, it's Formula One. Next week, it's hosting the Red Sea International Film Festival.
Entertainers, if you're getting $5 million, $10 million for one show, that is a difficult thing to say no to. And it comes down to the conscience of the artist. Would Bruce Springsteen play in Saudi Arabia? I doubt it.
Not that he thinks this appearance will rock the faith of the so-called believers.
I'm not certain how much Justin Bieber fans know or frankly care, as callous as that may sound.
There's no indication from Justin Bieber or his team that he'll reconsider, though some other high-profile participants say they're using their appearance to put a spotlight on the Saudis' human rights record.
Others have chosen for us to be here. So we have to make sure that apply the pressure on them to make sure that they are doing right by the people.
As for Bieber, many say a powerful way to show his contrition would be to donate the money he earned to a human rights charity.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Deanna Sumanak-Johnson, CBC News, Toronto.
When we come back, how one of Canada's COVID-19 hotspots regained control over the virus.
And he said, Raj, Peel is on fire. We've got to do something here.
Next, we'll go beyond the headlines with 3 Canadians who helped make it happen. And later, concerns over the Omicron variant hit the sunny shores of Barbados.
This is, unfortunately, the crisis that we feared.
That was Peel Region Medical Officer of Health Dr. Lawrence Lowe back in April, when the diverse populous region near Toronto was a nationwide COVID hotspot with a 22% test positivity rate and hundreds of people in ICUs. Today, it is a very different situation. Peel Region has a high vaccination rate and about 1/10 of the COVID cases it did a year ago. So how did they do it? A huge effort by regional health officials and a grassroots campaign turned things around dramatically. This video advocating masking is one example, part of a community-led push to inform people about COVID protocols and advocate for vaccination. Joining us now are three of the people behind that effort. Dr. Hashim Khan is co-chair of the Canadian Muslim COVID-19 Task Force. Here is that organization's outreach lead. And Dr. Raj Grewal is the co-founder of the South Asian COVID-19 Task Force. We will start with you, Dr. Grewal. Let's talk about this initiative and why it's so important to you.
Thanks, Asha, for the question. Well, it was about a year ago, and, Dr. Hashim Khan, who's on this call right now, he reached out to my wife and I, and this was back in November 2020 around Diwali, when COVID positivity rates in my hometown were well over 20%. And he said, Raj, Peel is on fire. We've got to do something here. And this is where my mom and dad still live. Like I said, I'm from there. South Asians make about a third of the population of the Peel region, but we're making up half of the cases. And so South Asians were being disproportionately affected by COVID-19 due to the essential workers. They didn't have that option to work from home, and they came from multi-generational families. One person got COVID-19 in the home, they all did. So there was that lack of cultural sensitive information also being available. So we knew we had to do something.
And Dr. Khan, you came up with an approach specifically for your community. What was different about it?
I think what we saw was the pandemic doesn't affect, it's not just a medical problem or a health problem, it affects communities, and there's spiritual aspects to it as well. So what our task force has been doing is we've tried to have a holistic approach to vaccine rollouts as well, where we have faith leaders as well as community representatives along with healthcare providers and physicians. And collaboratively working together, we came up with a strategy where, first of all, we reviewed the contents of all the vaccines, made sure that they were permissible and halal, and came up with statements with organizations to endorse vaccinations as a social responsibility for all Muslims, as our responsibility to all Canadians as well as our own individual responsibility as well. And then we had faith leaders as vaccination champions along with Muslim healthcare workers, so people who looked like the community members as well who were getting vaccinated to inspire confidence. We want to inspire confidence and hope before hesitancy actually set in. And beyond that, we wanted to create safe spaces. So we promoted and supported mosques as vaccination clinics and sites. And we had access and channels where people could ask their questions and we would answer them and distribute the answers online along with to 500 mosques across the country.
You're the outreach lead, of course, at the Canadian Muslim Task Force. On the ground, as you talk to folks, did you encounter a lot of vaccine hesitancy, and how were you able to overcome that?
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of vaccine hesitancy. However, because it was, we had launched at the Islamic Center during the month of Ramadan, people were fasting, and some people had concerns around getting their vaccines during their fast, and people didn't want to break their fast. It's very important to the community. So we had to have faith leaders, community leaders champion that, host sermons in regards to that. While making calls, some people did express if this was okay, if it was halal, and we said that yes, there were imams and who said that there's no issue with having a vaccine while you're fasting. Aside from making phone calls, text messages, we also went to the doors to talk to people. We didn't want to miss anyone from the community. The Brampton Islamic Center was in a hotspot, one of the hotspots. And so we wanted to make sure the community knew that the mosque was a vaccine clinic, which set a great example as a leader in the community, to also say that it's okay to get vaccines during Ramadan. And, while at the doors, we also, had volunteers that spoke various languages. So just in case somebody needed to feel a little bit more comfortable speaking in their language, that also helped as well.
Yeah, you touched all bases, covered all ground. Dr. Grewal, your organization had great success connecting with the South Asian community through social channels, social media and the like. What did you do to reach out to people?
So we created, social media infographics in multiple languages from our task force. We created videos acting out relatable skits that really resonated with our community. I started making videos in Punjabi on how to book a COVID test because our community wasn't booking tests, or that was one of the barriers. So thanks, Mom, for teaching me Punjabi as a kid, because that really came in handy. And how do we get this information out? We got it out through non-traditional channels. Our community was using WhatsApp to get information. The uncles and aunties in my community in Peel were using WhatsApp, so we decided to, one day I woke up one morning and I said, you know what, we're going to make the South Asian COVID Task Force WhatsApp channel. And we got international students, we got essential workers, we got ethnic media leaders to join our channel, and we were able to get information. And in return, these communities, these individuals, they felt empowered to share their own stories and become community role models and partners with us. I mean, for example, during the vaccine campaign at the vaccine clinic, we had an Uber driver. I was filming him, and he was talking about how important it was for him to protect him and his family. The international health student who wanted to tell me on video that, look, I didn't have to pay for the vaccine. Please come and get your shot. So we really empowered them to be role models.
And you also brought the vaccines to local temples. How did that go?
So absolutely. I mean, we've been doing this since September. We wanted to meet our community where they were. And they were, some of them were at the temples, the community free kitchen and the gurdwaras. And so we've been vaccinating at the temples and have had tremendous success at vaccinating our community at the temples.
Dr. Khan, can you talk to me about just seeing this, overwhelming support and the initiative, and see where it's gone over the last few months to a year, right?
Yeah, I mean, we knew this time last year that vaccines were around the corner, and now a year later we have vaccines, and we're now at a stage where 90% of us have received at least one dose, and 85% have received 2 doses. So I think it really speaks to how everyone's sort of working together. There's public health, there's governments, there's lots of community organizations on the ground. They're all collaboratively working to try and get as many people vaccinated as possible, and meeting people where they're at, and with whatever medium that they need, and with whatever trusted voices that they need to have their questions answered.
You went to great lengths to get people to virtual town halls to inform people about vaccination. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
We had town halls in various languages, engaged with key people representing those various backgrounds. So Urdu town hall, Bengali town hall, Arabic town hall. We had, reached out to ethnic media as well to help us promote our, our campaign to keep the community safe.
WhatsApp seems to be where it's at. Dr. Grewal, I want to leave it with you, the final word. What can the rest of the country learn from this work? And I understand you started a nationwide campaign, and in fact, you've got the shirt there that says, "This is our shot," and that grew out of your work in Peel.
Absolutely did. I think what we've learned is that in order to help people, you've got to meet them where they're at. And I think Dr. Khan also talked about that, and to understand their needs, and that's to how to gain their trust. We've got to empower communities to role model. We know that every voice counts, and that when we work with our communities together, we can make impactful changes. And that's what the whole principle behind This Is Our Shot is about.
Mm-hmm. Such a pleasure speaking to all of you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Kudos to them. After a long pandemic, Canadians are returning to sun destinations like Barbados. But the concern is that may not last.
Now with this new variants coming out, we're all kind of now holding on because you don't know what's going to happen now.
Next on The National, what Omicron could mean for a tourism industry already battered by COVID-19. But first, actor Kal Penn has played many diverse roles, from idiosyncratic stoner in the Harold and Kumar movies to brainy Obama White House staffer, and soon this guy, superfan Nav Bhatia, whose uncontrollable love for the Toronto Raptors made him an international star and even won him a championship ring. Penn will star and produce in the upcoming movie Superfan, but there's even more love for Nav in a new CBC documentary charting his life and rise to Canadian icon.
I wanted my community, the youth, to connect with the mainstream through the game of basketball.
Superfan, the Nav Bhatia story, premieres tonight on CBC Television and CBC Gem.
On your marks?
Get set, bait.
Woo! It's a party, baby.
There's a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it.
You're a genius.
I'm so proud of you.
It's love at first listen with CBC Listen. Download today.
Welcome back. The global tourism industry was just starting to regain some footing after months upon months of losses. It's been especially difficult in countries like Barbados that relies on tourism for much of its income. But with the new Omicron variant spreading, now they're gearing up for an uncertain holiday season. Thomas Digg reports from Bridgetown.
Like this cave tour in the heart of Barbados, the pandemic here has been one long, bumpy ride. It can be scary and hard to see what's ahead. And the ride isn't over yet, not with that new variant. Canadians have long been coming to the Caribbean to escape stress. Now they come to escape COVID, or so they hope.
We'll deal with whatever we're told to do on the way back, and it was worth it.
This eco-adventure park is welcoming tourists again. The scenery, wild as ever.
It's winter back home, so it's good to get somewhere with sun and sea and warmth.
Beckoning visitors back to Barbados means breathing life into this island's battered economy.
These beaches normally attract more than 1 million tourists a year, but the pandemic decimated the industry. Now, as sun-seekers return, many here wonder what the new variant will mean for the holiday season and beyond.
During the pandemic on this small island, Wesley Gittins saw upwards of 20 restaurants shut their doors. His managed to stay open.
Now with this new variants coming out, we're all kind of now holding on because you don't know what's going to happen after. They're going to resend back to what they were doing before, back to quarantine coming on the island.
3, 2, 1, go!
Last year, as the island struggled to attract tourists, Barbados offered visas to have remote workers come wait out the pandemic here. The Begg family from Toronto said, why not?
And so it was really, I guess, pretty good marketing on behalf of Barbados to understand that there was a different way to attract foreigners to the country.
We're planning on going home for Christmas. We have our flight booked and we'll see what the government's recommending and then make our decision based on that.
For Barbados, the fear is further restrictions would scare tourists away yet again. Canadians already need a PCR test to get here, another one to fly home, and now a third test on arrival in Canada. Kathy and Rod Jones can't tell how long it will take them to get back to Truro, Nova Scotia.
Just finding out what protocols we have to go through when we arrive in Toronto.
We're very grateful that we were able to come now. I think until we know a little more about the new variant, we'll probably stay closer to home.
It's a delicate dance with the government keen to keep tourists happy. Barbados is just getting over its worst wave of infections, and to curb the spread, they imposed a curfew but no lockdown.
It was different weeks, like say about 2 months ago. It was really dead.
Nearly half of Barbadians aren't yet fully vaccinated, though shots are widely available, and some here are lining up for second doses and boosters. The uptake has been better than in other Caribbean nations, but it's not been a resounding success.
My title is COVID-19 Public Advisor.
So the government hired a new pandemic point person, former journalist David Ellis.
COVID has highlighted to us the fact that we are a country whose eggs are in one basket, the tourism basket. That's why it's so difficult for us to lock down this economy right now.
Help is on the way in those orange t-shirts. Crews going door to door, asking questions to better understand vaccine hesitancy.
When you find information about COVID, do you think it's easy to understand it?
As fears linger around Omicron.
The best way of dealing with this is to treat it as if it is already in Barbados. And that is why we are putting a lot more emphasis on sticking to the protocols.
Mostly everyone here is wearing masks, even out in the hot sun. Hand sanitizer and temperature checks are mandatory, and they're everywhere. On this island, the decorations are up and hopes are high. The holidays are approaching, but the virus is still spreading. Thomas Dagg, CBC News, Bridgetown, Barbados.
When we come back, why Parks Canada wants your photos.
If you can contribute to, awesome research in 5 or 6 seconds, that feels good.
How a simple snap could help track climate change.
On your marks?
Get set, bait.
Woo! It's a party, baby.
There's a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it.
You're a genius.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm Jamie Poisson. Join me for CBC's daily news podcast, Front Burner. Every weekday, Front Burner takes you deep into the story shaping Canada and the world. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. Well away from city cores, Parks Canada is inviting citizens to help them keep watch on changing coastlines. And all they need is a smartphone to snap so-called coasties at national parks. Kayla Hounsell shows us how it works on Prince Edward Island.
Oh, awesome view, eh?
Lindsay and Ryan Stonis are visiting PEI from Ontario. They were expecting the wind, but not this.
Why don't you try it?
It's being called a coastie, like a selfie, only the photo is of the coast. You put your phone in the cradle so that everyone is taking the exact same picture, snap the shot, and use a QR code to upload it or share it on social media.
Cool.
And it probably took 5 or 6 seconds. So if you can contribute to, awesome research in 5 or 6 seconds, that feels good.
It's Parks Canada's take on a global initiative called Coast Snap, started in Australia in 2017 to track coastal erosion. Taking coasties might sound a little goofy, but researchers say there's real science to be gleaned here.
Our coastlines are where we expect to see some of the greatest changes in the coming years.
It'll allow scientists to study everything from dune erosion and vegetation structure to storm surge and ice cover, even rip current locations.
And as climate change is a priority for Parks Canada to understand, this is one of those opportunities that visitors have to directly engage with building our understanding of this important issue.
Taking repeat photos like this will not only help scientists monitor the changing coastline, it'll also help them do something about it. If they know how much erosion is taking place, they can better plan how to care for vulnerable species like bank swallows and piping plover.
The more photographs that we have, the more that we're able to document when and how things are changing, the better.
The University of Windsor is leading the research and already analyzing the photos.
We lay them over top of each other. And so you start to create a map, and what we've done is we've surveyed this beach in, and by starting with that baseline, are able to then track how the system changes.
The program is up and running in 5 national parks: Prince Edward Island, Fundy and Kujbequack in New Brunswick, Sable Island in Nova Scotia, and Point Pelee in Ontario. More parks will join the program next year.
Well, I think it's just a matter of we want to enjoy these spaces as long as we can, and it's important to do every little piece that we can to help.
The Stoneses, determined to enjoy outdoor space no matter the weather, were happy to participate in the complex fight to preserve Canada's dramatic and vulnerable coastline. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Brackley Beach, Prince Edward Island.
Up next, imagine donating your kidney to a total stranger. How about one you met through a billboard?
That's why when I saw Dave's billboard and it was my blood type, I thought, okay, well, this is it.
Meet the generous donor and the recipient in our moment. Stay with us. Not exactly the type of ad you see every day. Dan needs a kidney donor, but it worked. Calgary's Dave Mathers found a match. Thanks to an anonymous donor, today marks 1 month since his surgery. This life-changing moment between two strangers is our moment tonight.
We advertised, put it up in the billboard in August, September, and the transplant team notifies you that you have a donor. And that's about all they tell you. You're crossing your fingers, hoping it's all legit. And we thought the transplant would happen way early. COVID just kept slowing it down. It was hard to fully enjoy it because, you know, we didn't know Nancy and there's so many things that could potentially go wrong. But trust me, I was bubbling inside in anticipation.
I've always been a blood donor, well, for a long time. So I was used to doing that. And I always thought, like, if the opportunity ever came up that, you know, someone needed something else from me, I would donate. So that's why when I saw Dave's billboard and it was my blood type, I thought, okay, well, this is it. It was unbelievable to actually meet them and then see Dave. And finally, like, it felt really real.
What can you say about someone that saved your life? I mean, you know, it's just unreal.
It really is unreal. And a little bit of the backstory here. Dave's wife applied to be an organ donor in 2019, but wasn't eligible. Neither was his daughter. And that's why they decided to take the search wider. Amazing stuff. He is doing quite well, feeling great, and celebrated by walking 7 kilometers just this week. That is the National for December 3rd. I'm Asha Tomlinson. Good night.